Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at some episode 2 excerpts from Street Dance Girl Fighter Season 1. I've been watching the full episode reactions on Patreon with excerpts cut out for YouTube. So yeah, I'm very excited for you to check it out, and let's take a watch.
Don't be cautious. Don't be kind. I'm your crime. Push my button anytime. You got your finger on the trigger, but your trigger finger's mine.
This would compete in open at a studio dance competition that would be in my circuit, for sure. I'm such a fan. I can talk about routines like this all day, baby. That's such a great mashup, too. It's a charasa. Yeah, my one note is that it is a lot in unison. But it's very nice, interesting movements. Oof! Ooh! They're a really great group, I think, that would benefit well on this show. Based on what we're seeing, a lot of unison moments, but I think having abstract, middle ground, complex collaborations would be really helpful for them. That was very nice, very nice. Okay, so I had already mentioned a lot of my notes in my reaction just now. This was freaking great though. Okay, so from the beginning they used Billie Eilish. So from the beginning here, they had that sound doomed. Then you had that secondary sound take place. Most groups go with that method when you're hearing a track that is really difficult to hit, especially if there's a certain layer of your track that is really hard to hit that bass on or hit that percussion on. If that's the first sound out the gate with nothing else to help cushion it. So they were very smart, and it's what most people do. And I would honestly do the same because it's way easier to hold, let everybody be on the same page and what's happening, and then go into your first drop with your first person. They had a very bird-esque posture where they were arching or really crunching together those shoulder blades and allowing the sternum to pull forward to create that pose that they did. And then having somebody finish it but then go straight into another feature moment was really nice. It screams open division for me. A lot of people would enter this in the contemporary, but I wouldn't, because there's a lot of other street style fundamentals in play on this, even though it's a contemporary based concept. Hence why I would put it in open. I love the swing of the arm there. That was a really nice setup. Boom. Yeah, so they used the chest, boom, to kind of slam it down. And then right there what's nice is a boom. So one person went, then they had a 3-part, but they all went different directions. And then the person on the far right, she did it by herself. So that was a really, really fun way to interpret that. But she held it. So it's very reactionary, you know? It's like a pendulum of motion is kind of how I would put it. Go to the front with the knees to accent. And then they did a low-key isolation. Goodness, my computer doesn't want to pause when it wants to. Okay, when it comes up, we've already seen this, already kind of talks about it already. But yeah, just see how she was way more legato and more not breathy, but it was fuller. But everybody else took a more reverbed approach where they kind of had this reaction with their torso, but the first girl didn't as much. They lean back, then having one person pose, then they swing back over with the knees accenting the arms. Then one of them lip syncs. I love that. They isolate the body over and then the head. Very simple but effective. They drop back down, doing more unison choreo to show their cleanliness and their stability. Everybody pulls with their arm. And I love the fact they have these fingerprint or handprints all over their outfits, because as they pull, it kind of gives a lot of these textures more purpose besides just pulling. You know, we're able to kind of read between the lines a little bit. Love the framing, bringing it around and dropping it back down to something super nice and strong. Boom. Looking at the hand as it peels down really adds more of a personified effect to it, where there's a reason why you're doing it and it's a part of your purpose up here in comparison to just doing the motion. You looking at it, it adds depth. So it's just habit. They're thrusting their bodies. All of them are on the same page on the performance level, which I love. Drop to the floor. They're in a pigeon, which is like a yoga move, right? And going into the pigeon. But look, even if you see some of them, I would say some of them are flat. So that would be my little discrepancy. Little details can make all the difference, right? So noticing right here how you have their palm, but they have their fingers kind of dipped in and out like that. I love that. It's like a forced arch. Feels like a crow or a bird type hand, but some of them are taking the more full hand palm down approach. I really love this one because it's just tasteful. Just that kind of angle there is really fun. She comes up, yeah. That right here, doing the wordplay, running through. People, you'd be shocked at how hard it is to just do this. Like right now, I actually have to use my brain to do it, right? I can't just do it. Then they go slow and then they speed it. Super dope. Yeah, the trigger finger's mine. I love that. Trigger fingers mine. Yeah. I love wordplay like that so much. And you have to commit. Like one of them says mine and one of them keeps her gun up. I love that. And it's great wordplay. That broken down boom, doom, doom, melt from here. YGX, it gives me that vibe right here from there. Cold-blooded. Right? But I know that they didn't coin the move. I just saw that the most in that routine out of all the other ones, but it's still really fun to see it here. They're using it to snake in opposition with each other out. Super fun. Yeah, I love that. That was nice to do the switch of the feet, doing the heel toes. Like a bevel. What's the best way to describe it? Like a heel toe bevel. Goodness, I know there's a name for it. I just haven't taken the time to dig and figure out what it is. Normally I associate it with a mountain climber because you add a toe tap at the end of it, but anyway. It's not a Charleston or anything. I love the pulsing of the feet, and then one of them comes up. Very sinister in vibe. Zoom. I love it. They grab the collars, zoom, with a little jerk of the body and the arm protruding forward. Very nice and fully captivating. I love it. Using the hand, putting it behind the hand, looking down, walking. Really nice, trusting that everybody's doing what they're going to be doing. Swinging the arms down, going into a pike, rolling it into, not a straddle, but like more like a lunge, but they're dropping the knee down. I love it. And right there, boom, having a moment. We're letting the chest and the arms come together. I think it's really great. Boom, boom, doo-doo-doo. Yes. Yes to that. Yes to that. Yeah, I love that. And then just the mashup, kudos to them, pairing Billie Eilish with the Sia song, because normally Sia is such a belter. Billie Eilish has a very like intimate sound, quieter sound, but both have great tones. It's really nice how they built it up. The energy is really nice. Whoop, and then they kind of slam the arm to the side. Super cool. Love that. That was cool. Body, like using this arm to thread through was super dope. That was beautiful. I've seen that in more like martial arts, like Chinese martial arts. There's probably others, like traditional folk dance is what I've seen that in more. And so I think that was so beautiful to see that there, and it built so beautifully, and everybody's rotation of who was in the frame, gorgeous. And it kind of brings this subtle head ISO there, even though we know that's not the case, but because they fixed point it and allowing the arms to rotate, it's just gorgeous. But what I say still stands, though. I really do feel like there's a lot of unison happening here. And I feel like if they just added more dynamic, let's say levels or ripples or cannons or add-ons, I think it could really take the routine, isolate it to themselves up to the next level. However, I really like what's happening here because this is kind of a prime example. Not diamond in the rough, but they need to be refined, right? They need to be buffed. So I think that it's really nice that we have such a really good quality crew that I feel like is ready to be taken a wing under and being challenged and being able to grow within their craft. And I will be surprised if they don't choose Proudmon. I think Proudmon would be good for them because they already have an established relationship. So there's already an expedited connection already in place. They've already proven themselves to Proudmon because they were in the Mega, right? And I know with Proudmon, they ended up getting eliminated after the K-pop challenge and things like that, but they held it down. And I think Proudmon is probably one of my favorite mega crews I had seen ever on the Street Fighter series. I loved how captivating it was, and it really sucks that one in particular is not on YouTube. Maybe I'll try my blocking issues to see if I can get those re-uploaded. We'll see. But that pull through, boom, and they turn through. Yeah, just using more of the energy of the body, pushing forward, using the legs, throwing the head down. I really do feel though that they do let themselves go appropriately when there's tension involved. Whenever they're just when you're supposed to thrash as a texture, I feel like they're a little too resistant. They're not really using the full torso. They're keeping it isolated to the chest. So I think that'll be a really interesting thing to tackle. I love that Proudmon pushed that button. It's good. They go, they look down at it and back up. They pose through, wave through, really fun. So Cocoa and Butter didn't pick them, which was interesting because of the type of crew that they were considering previously from this one. But also, this one is not quite the same as the other crew that I just watched. And I think that that's totally fine. And I actually really like both. It's super cool. And they both bring something different. I think the other one had just different martial arts influence. And I think they catered more towards the angles and the abstract formations and elements. Here, it was more dance and refined dynamics and textures that they did, but there's more unison. So I liked both for different reasons. That was nice to have that angle here. And and using it as a frame. And then they drop down. So that was really fun. My gut's going to tell me that they may choose Proudmon because of the already established relationship. And I feel that would be a really smart thing for them to do. But if there were other crews that would like for them to, go to, I think it would be fun to see them at the other crews. But honestly, because we're getting closer and closer to filling up a lot of these crews, I'm more hesitant to say a crew should go with Hook or Lachika specifically because I already have so many people that have selected them. So I feel that I think they would do better if they went with Proudmon, which is who they want to make proud anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that was helpful in some way. If you want to see any Street Fighter content, Street Dance China content, K-pop content, or dance content of the like, I have all of it on Patreon as well as a ton of it here on YouTube. If there's something that you want me to react to specifically, I have options on Patreon that you can go and check out because the holiday season is coming up. It's a really great opportunity. I may have some special discounts and special opportunities depending on what tier you choose to join that could hopefully keep spreading the holiday cheer through the end of 2023. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.